Alrighty, everyone. Well, what is up? Phil here with yet another impromptu kind of hangout session with my viewers. It's funny because we haven't done some of these in a while, and now within 2 days we're doing two of them. Last night I was playing the Elden Ring Night Rain network test, and we had basically done as many runs as we were gonna have time to do. So I did one of these chill sessions after the fact, and now tonight we just finished Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, and we've got about 40 minutes left on the stream. So I'm just gonna hang out with everyone here and uh and just kind of chill and talk. And I want to say thank you to everyone for allowing me to hit my goal. We already hit the goal like way earlier. I'm still going to be here. If we maybe hit a tier 2 goal, that would be great. Hit another, add another one to our goals hit counter there. But I'm just here to chill. Whatever people want to talk about. Let's see here. Sun Over Acid says I was never able to beat Ninja Gaiden 1. I got stuck on 6-2. I got to the very end of Ninja Gaiden 1. I never beat it because once you get to the final boss, you have to do the entire stage over if you die. So it's like, get to the final boss, die. Do it all of stage 6 again. Get to the final boss, die. Do all of stage 6 again. Get to the final boss. Finally beat the first phase. Oh, wait, there's multiple phases? Hit the second phase, die. Go through all first phase, second phase, die. And it's too time consuming. Like, that's the problem back then. There's no checkpoints, right? There's no save states. So every time that you lose to the final boss, you got to do the entire effing stage, which is like, what, 10, 15 minutes just to get back to the boss? It really sucks. I mean, that's like the classic boss walk, like today in a FromSoft game, right? Where you have to get through a tough room or a challenging stage to get back to the boss after your death. Well, that was the classic. You have to beat everything, the entire level, get back to the boss. Really stupid. Like, it's just not fair. I want to fight the boss and learn. How do I do that when I have to replay and waste 15 minutes of my time every single time? It's very annoying. So I never beat it. I literally never beat Ninja Gaiden 1 because of that. I would like to someday. I would like to someday. Okay. Oh, by the way, so now that we're chilling, I will reiterate the offers I have for the stream viewers over on Kick tonight. For 10 gifted subs, I will give out a VIP badge in the chat. And for 25 gifted subs, I will give out both the VIP and the OG together. So some one-time only night deals. I haven't done a deal like that since like the 1st of February. It's been almost 3 weeks. So I already did one tonight, and I'll offer that up again if anyone's interested. Okay? All right, what do you guys want to chat about tonight? Just tag me in the chat here. Did I ever make my own hot sauce? No. Why would I make my own hot sauce? Any reason I'm not playing DW Origins? That game is fun. DW Origins. You mean Dynasty Warriors Origins? I actually was interested in it. I actually was very interested in it. And the audience told me not to do it. I remember it came out with January. I told everyone I was sold on it and I was actually going to get it or whatever. And everyone told me, no, don't get it. It's going to be too boring and repetitive. So I skipped it. And I ended up doing a bunch of other stuff in place of it. You know, I went with the flow of what people told me. That's pretty much the only reason. Do I update my NVIDIA drivers often on the PC? Yes, I do. I check them at least every few weeks, once or twice. And I just updated it recently. It just had a driver update a few days ago for Avowed. So I have my drivers all updated and ready to go for Avowed tomorrow. Yes, that is correct. People can gift badges on Kick as well. If someone's feeling generous or has a friend in chat and they want to donate subs in order to then gift badges to other viewers, you could do that as well. We've done that before. They're here again? I already got rid of them once, No Sleep Real Vibes. Are they seriously here again? Another jerk? I thought I already gotten rid of them. Yeah, I don't see them. I swear I got rid of that person earlier that you're talking about. I swear I did. I don't see them now. Did I ever do a Carl's Jr. DSP tries it? No, I did not, and there's a very good reason. Okay, when I first moved here, I was interested in what's the fast food that's out here now in Washington State that they didn't have back on the East Coast of the United States. And I looked into it, and there was quite a few, like In-N-Out is one, stuff like that. But I was looking for a Carl's Jr. or what's the other word for Carl's Jr.? Has two names, right? I forget what the other one is. But I looked into it, and I could only find one. So, before Hardee's, that's right. So, one day, early on, probably within the first couple of months that I lived here in 2014, I drove out because it actually, sadly, was not close to me here, maybe like over a half an hour away. And I drove out to one just to test it, and then I said, "Well, if it's worth it, maybe I'll get DSP Tries It." Keep in mind, in 2014, there weren't these online delivery services, right? There was no DoorDash, there was no Uber Eats, there was no Instacart, there was no one would drive you food, you had to get it yourself. So I wanted to be sure it was gonna be worth it if I was gonna do it, right? Because it was so far away. So, I drove out there, and I went to do it, and I ordered some kind of a combo or whatever, and the way they did it at Carl's Jr. is you don't get your food at the window. You order and you go sit down, and I think you have like a ticket or something. And so they bring you your food to your table, which is kind of weird for a fast food place. Most fast food places don't do that. You just got to get it at the window and you bring it to your table yourself. So I remember I went ahead and I was like, oh, seems like it's taking way too long. So I waited and I waited, and I'm not kidding. I was waiting over 20 minutes in the store to get the food. What the hell is going on? So I started looking at the counter to see what was going on, and I noticed something distinct. Okay. This is pretty funny. All right, ready? There was not an adult in the store. All the kids working the counter were teenagers. Everyone working the fryers, the stuff in the back, the food, every person was a teenager. And I'm like, is there even a manager on duty? There wasn't. There literally were no managers in the store. The kids were running the store. Okay. I was okay, this is interesting. Um, so with that happening, right? I go up to the counter and I'm like, we've been waiting at our table for over 20 minutes for our food. What the heck is going on? Oh, let me see your ticket. So you hand him the ticket. Oh, okay. We'll have it out to you. All right. So I went and sat down for another 10 minutes. Finally, food comes to the table. It's the wrong food. What the hell? Oh, I didn't want the food. So to bring it back, say, this is the wrong order. You gave us the wrong order. Oh, finally, I'm not even kidding. It was about a 45-minute ordeal to get our food. Got the food, tasted it. It was fucking terrible. It was just slop. It wasn't fresh. You could tell they had screwed up the order twice, so they were probably rearranging ingredients and shit. It was just disgusting. It really was. It was just not good at all. All right. So after that, I was like, wow, this is totally not worth it. I'm never gonna drive out here for DSP Tries It because it's gonna be terrible. I wonder what happened there, right? So um, it's funny because now, if I actually go and I look for a Carl's Jr. in any of these delivery apps, there are none. All of the Carl's Jr.'s have closed in Washington State near me, or at least anywhere. Like I search, it doesn't even come up in the delivery apps anymore. So apparently it was so bad, they're all gone. So I mean, with management like that, I'm not shocked to hear. And since then, that was the only one I ever saw. I've never seen a Carl's Jr. since anywhere in the state. So I don't think that they're here anymore, or if they are, they're nowhere near me. So that's why I know because some people say there's some common things I haven't had. There's certain chicken places people ask me to do, and Carl's Jr. is one of the places. Yeah, we don't have it. It's just not out here. So I can't do a taste test for what they don't have. I can't do a review. Okay. So by the way, um, FYI, someone had an idea earlier today. They said you've never eaten Panda Express. And I was like, you're right. And there are actually Panda Expresses. There's one very close to me. So if ever people wanted to see Panda Express as DSP Tries It, I could do that. I have to see what I want to get. They had recommended a $50 family meal. I don't know if I would do that. I don't even know if that's available. Like, actually, let me take a look at that. Is that available? I'm curious. Let's see. They do have what's called a family meal. It's 3 entrees and 2 large sides. So your choices are wow, these are their entrees? They got a lot. They have orange chicken, black pepper sirloin steak for an upcharge, grilled teriyaki chicken, honey walnut shrimp for an upcharge, broccoli beef, kung pao chicken, honey sesame chicken breast, Beijing beef, mushroom chicken, sweet fire chicken breast, string bean chicken breast, and super greens. And then you pick 3 of those proteins, yes, and then you get 2 sides, and the sides are chow mein, fried rice, steamed rice, or super greens. Can you imagine someone ordering this meal and just getting 5 orders of super greens? So, I mean, I could do that, I could do that. Um, Maybe at some point, and it's not 50, it's on here, it's like 42 for that meal. Yeah. So, that's actually cheaper than what someone had said it was. So maybe something, this one I've never done. Another DSP tries it. I've never done, but I did just do Chinese a month ago. If you guys remember, during the classic retro Rageathon, which was Mega Man marathon, where I beat Mega Man 1, 2, and 3. We ordered Chinese food, and I ordered from a local Chinese place, not from a chain, but from a local restaurant. And I or ate it, and people were like, "Oh, that looks like Panda Express." I was like, "It kind of is, but it's better. Like, it's real, it's fresh. It's not heat lamp food. They made it fresh to order." So I would assume that Panda Express would be a downgrade, right? By the way, for the record, Dumpy Koala, someone in the YouTube chat is lying and saying that they were you, so I'm banning them now because I wanted to confirm it wasn't you, and it wasn't. I am no one. They don't. I'm telling you right now. I literally just used my delivery app. I opened it up. I searched for Carl's Jr. and it says Carl's Jr. near you. Nothing. It doesn't even list Carl's Jr. as an option. It only shows uh other chains. So I don't care what you found on Google search. I don't give 2 fucks. It doesn't mean that they deliver via delivery app. So go to hell. Okay. Ren Jesse James says the Panda Express near me does tiny takeout boxes for under $2. Maybe you can get a bunch of those. Oh, I doubt that they're going to do that for delivery. I don't know. I'd have to look into it. Have I seen Review Tech USA eating bugs on pizza for tips and begging Keem for gas money from 1 million subs to eating the bugs? No, here's the thing. All right. I will say this. All right. I will say this. What you have to understand, at least from my perspective, I have no evidence of this. Okay. I've never seen a script or whatever. You have to understand that literally everything that goes on those channels is likely scripted or fake, or at least has a general script that they're going by, and then they just kind of run with it. Do I really believe that Review Tech is doing all those things because he's destitute and he has to do them because he's desperate? No. I feel like he was failing with what he was doing. He wasn't making enough money with his own content and his own shit. He was desperate, so he signed up with Keem, well knowing he was going to be pulling stunts constantly to earn the paycheck he's earning now. Okay, just being honest. I think that they are hamming it up to the point where they're doing it over to be over the top to get this kind of a reaction from you. Now, I have no evidence of this, okay? So you don't take this as, oh, see, Phil's, saying definitively and talking shit. No, I don't know that. But from as an outsider, when you look at the Lalcow brand and content, man, it sure looks fake. Like, do you really believe that Boogie was on the side of the road and he picked up a random bottle with a random mystery liquid and he drank it on stream? No, that bottle was placed there by them and it was Gatorade or Powerade. It's pretty obvious. Or lemonade, right? This is the kind of stuff that they do, you know? So if you don't believe me, that's fine. I'm just telling you what I believe, and that's just from my perspective. And by the way, that's not even me shit talking it. Isn't it better for them to be safe, but still look like they're doing the stunt to be entertaining for the audience, but to make sure that the employees don't get hurt? I think it actually works. I think the formula actually works. Okay. So he's eating bugs on pizza and he's fucking sitting on pizzas and he's begging for gas money. That's his job. Like, no, that's his job. Like, he clocks in, and then this is what he's expected to do on the show, and he clocks out, and he receives his pay. You know what I mean? Like, that's what he signed up for. It's not like he's destitute and he needs to desperately actually get that money that he's asking for. That's what he's being told to do for the show because they find it entertaining, right? That's what I think anyway. You could disagree. and that's okay. Sure. Yeah, King Michael, I'll send you guys over to Kino Casino once we're done here tonight. Okay? Would I eat bugs? I would only eat bugs if they were those kind that are made for gourmet consumption. Like they actually have roasted bugs in part of the world that have like a seasoning on them. They do them in Japan. I would want to try them, but I'm not going to just eat random bugs. I want to eat ones that have been prepared for humans and supposedly taste good and are healthy. That I would consider. Crickets are tasty. Yeah, aren't crickets one of the bugs that historically are roasted, and they put like a sauce on them, and then people say that they actually taste quite good if prepared correctly. The frame still looks too bright. I'm gonna try to lower it even more. Looks better, right? Yeah, it was way too bright. I don't know. Keeps adjusting its freaking brightness on me. Okay. Have a good night, Vietnamese comrade. All right. Well, let's get some support tonight. Right? We had a great stream. We finished Ninja Gaiden 2. Another one in the bag. And we're going to finish Onimusha 2 later this week, too. We're going to finish all these lingering playthroughs. Let's get some support right now. Let's do it. All right, let's get some subs. Let's get some super chats, some tips. I don't even think we had a tip tonight, did we? We had one, I think. Like one tip. We had no memberships tonight at all. We had like one or two super chats. Let's get some other support besides Dumpy Koala. All right. Like I said, the offer stands over on Kick that if you guys want to get the VIP or the OG badges, I'm doing those deals tonight. Can I read the message that was automated? Do you think shrimp has a similar texture to eating a bug? I always think that when I try to eat shrimp. So, excuse me, when I was young, I hated shellfish. I thought shellfish was disgusting. I would see a crab or a lobster or a shrimp, and I would say, that's a bug. Why would I want to eat a bug? So I stayed away from shellfish for the longest time. And then when I got into my late 20s, okay, basically around the time that I would say I started to be like a YouTuber, I wanted to try to do different stuff. And I wanted to kind of open up my horizons and try different foods. So I started tasting different preparations of different seafood, shellfish, other fish that I never had. And I actually liked it. And then I started being more adventurous. Let me try sushi. Let me try this. And I liked all that. I was like, damn, I actually was really missing out on a lot of stuff, but for that a whole chunk of my life, I was eating more unhealthy foods. Now, my wife and I love poke bowls. Poke bowls are incredibly healthy. It's usually 2 or 3 kinds of raw fish, with veggies, rice, some sauce, usually some, like, mix-ins and toppings and things like that, but for the most part, it's very healthy compared to other food, but it's very tasty. That's one of the things it's like a go-to meal that we like to get is like a poke bowl. So, I'm glad that I've opened up my horizons, but no, when I was younger, absolutely, um, absolutely, I thought that shellfish was gross, that it looked like a bug. It also depends on if it's prepared properly. Like, if you get a nice fresh shrimp that's cooked properly, and you bite into it, you get that, like, crack, that crunch, right? Because it's supposed to be fresh. If you eat it's rubbery and chewy, it means it's fucking ancient, and, it's not done well at all, right? No, I have no idea why you got automated there, Gunsfelter. I really don't know. Let me take a look. Do you think shrimp has a similar texture to eating a bug? I always think that when I try to eat shrimp. I have absolutely no clue why the mod auto-modded you. That's the AI mod of Kick. I don't know why they caught that. W Koala says, would you ever do chat overlay for a podcast so YouTube and Kick could see what they're saying? You mean live? I don't like that. What I do when I'm on YouTube, I leave the chat archive up, and on Kick, it's automatically archived. So if you're watching it back after the fact and you want to see the chat of the respective stream service, I do that. But I don't want to have my screen get taken up by a million things in chat. I just don't like that. I know some people really like that. I dislike it a lot. I think it's too distracting. And let's be honest, the other thing, let's be really honest about this, okay? So let's say right now I put you guys on screen because I could. Like right now, I could do a screen grab of Kick and I could try to get the chat on screen or whatever. And plus, there's things to do it, right? Are there not overlays and things that you can use to do it, right? Like if I did pop out chat, so here it is. Here's the chat pop out, right? And if I were trying to bring this in, I'm just curious, how this would work. Let's say add uh, window capture, and I'll say pick chat, right? And I hit OK. And so I go over here. It is, right? So you see, this is so simple to do. Was that hard? Absolutely not. Here it is, right? There it is on screen. Now, why don't I want to do this as a regular thing? It's very simple why I don't want to do this, okay? Because you see what's going on right now? You see right there, Dark Side Dabbing's like, hello, world. And everyone's like, holy fuck, that was fast. I can't believe you did it so quick. Because it's easy. It's not hard to do, okay? But here's the problem. Herein lies the rub. When you do this, you immediately get people who want to get noticed, okay? And so what they will do is make a ton of bad accounts, say awful things, and they'll go in there and they'll try to get attention for themselves in a bad way. So right now, you notice that's not happening because no one had any clue I was about to do that. All right. So now I'm going to say, everyone, thanks for chatting for a second. Good night, everybody. I'm going to get you out of here. Because immediately what would happen is those morons who make the fucking troll accounts and clone accounts and shit would immediately start posting up nasty things, racist things to get attention. And the thing is, it's one thing when it's just in the chat and it's in and gone for a second, or you moderate it, it's gone. It's another thing when it's recorded and broadcast permanently on that video forever. So anyone who now goes back and watches that video as an archive will see what they did. And trust me, if you remember when I first started streaming in 2017, I actually had a hell of a lot more stuff on the screen. I had tons of pop-up messages constantly on the screen. Remember, it was like for small contributions or whatever. And everyone's like, why not just do it? Why not just have pop-ups for all contributions so that way, everyone gets recognition or whatever. Here's why. Because people would do a 5-cent contribution and say F you, and then a 10-cent contribution and say a racist term, and a 20-cent contribution and say Phil's fat, and then a 30-cent, you know what I mean? So it would be like nonstop spam of fucking pop-ups right here in the corner. And it was the dumbest, most mouth-drooling messages possible just to get attention, you know? So that's why. Really, if I didn't have trolling or whatever, I probably could consider it, but it would just be too much of a liability. You'd have idiots coming in with 50 to 100 sock accounts a day and posting them all over the screen. It would be all insulting things about me and my family members and doxing. That's another thing, doxing, right? Imagine some idiot comes in here and starts posting up addresses and shit. It's like, now it's in that video forever, right? What do you do? So that's why. That's why I don't do it. Same thing with text to speech, because even though you can institute things to stop text to speech from being bad, people find ways around it. They'll say something that sounds close to a racist term to try to get you in trouble. Instead of the full racist term, it's only close to racist, right? Like, no, I'm not going to do that. Listen, I do well enough, right? I really do. I do well enough with my content now that I don't have to take the risk of trying to do all these stunts to get more contributions. I'm sure I would get more, right? Let's say I made it mandatory $50 to text to speech, and then someone texts to speech that says it's the N-word or something. Well, like, oh, well, he made $50. Yeah, but I might lose my business over $50. But I probably would make more money, but that's not what I'm about. I'm about having quality content. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to be about idiots trying to pull stunts or whatever to get noticed on stream. It's not about that. So there you go. Who would want to waste 50 on that? I would guarantee you, Dark Noble, I would guarantee you, if I instituted text to speech, $50 and higher tips only, I would get at least one a night. Guaranteed. Every fucking night there would be one. And by the way, I would have to institute that only via methods that can't be charged back. So it would actually have to be like a $50 super chat or like 10 subs on Kick or, enough memberships on YouTube, because then they would do it and then they would charge it right back on PayPal. So I'd have to do a way that they can't charge back. Of course. Copium says detractors would be chomping at the bit for text to speech, just like they've been chomping at the bit for me to do a fan lobby for the longest time. And they continuously come back and ask for it, even though I've explained a million times why I'm not going to do it. Right? That's exactly. They still, oh, aren't you going to do that fan lobby? No, stupid. They've been waiting for me to do that for years. I'm not going to give them what they want so they can just ruin it for everybody. YouTube chat is moving. Yes, it is. People are talking. Really? Review Tech says if he hits his next goal, he's gonna get a tattoo on his ass of my face dressed like Dracula. So what I'll do then is I will file a trademark for my face dressed like Dracula, and then technically I will actually legally own his ass. How about that? Now that would be something. I seem perturbed. Oh, I'm not perturbed at all, Zayas MD. I'm in pain. My shoulder is killing me again. My neck and shoulder are a lot of pain today. But outside of that, no, I'm not perturbed at all. I'm having a good time chilling with everyone here. I got my highlight done from earlier today on the podcast to upload overnight. So all I got to do, ride this out to like 9:30 ish, and then say goodnight, film my daily wrap, upload quick. I'm out of here. I'm actually gonna be able to spend some more time with my wife tonight. So I'm in a good mood right now. What is my favorite game in the rotation right now? Uh, well, let's think. What am I playing regularly? I'm playing Black Ops 6. I'm playing Street Fighter 6 with Mai Shiranui. I'm playing Onimusha Warlords, which we're almost done with. We just finished Ninja Gaiden, right? There's nothing else in the rotation right now. So out of those three, Black Ops 6, Street Fighter 6, or Onimusha, probably Onimusha because it's a really great classic game I'd never played before and I'm really enjoying it. Um, I'm starting so many new games. I'm starting Avowed tomorrow. I'm trying Lost Records on Wednesday. I'm starting the Fatal Fury City of the Wolves beta on Thursday, and I'm playing Pirate Yakuza on Friday. Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, that is. So, I mean, it's pretty crazy when you think about it. That's 4 new games in a row. Like each day is a new game coming up. So then maybe by the end of the week, I can give you a better perspective on that. Right now, I don't think it really makes sense. How about trying an ice pack? No, here's the problem. It's not muscle pain. It's not muscle strain. It's not swelling. It's nerve pain because my neck is pinching my disc. My neck is misaligned and it's pinching my disc. And until my neck naturally realigns, which it will over time, I'm going to keep having this pain. Because it's different every day. Like, no lie. One day it was so bad, I just had it constant. I didn't even have to move. It was just shooting pain all day because it was in a bad way. Then I slept. I wake up the next day. Okay, now it's not so bad. Now it's only if I move my neck a certain way. And then other days it's different. Like some days it's worse and better. But all those things you guys are talking about, heat packs, ice packs, freaking icy hot, all those things, they don't work on nerve pain. They only work on muscle pain. They're made for muscle pain. Nerve pain, you have to be taking like heavy anti-inflammatories, steroids, or getting injections, stuff like that. Like this stuff, over the counter stuff doesn't really help. Did I ever have this on console? Yes, this has happened before. I told you guys I have a bad back. It's genetic. My dad has a bad back. I have a bad back. It's genetics. It's not anything to do with actual physical activity or strain or anything. All right. I had a severely herniated disc in my lower back between my L4 and L5 vertebrae back in the mid 2000s, the point where it almost ruptured. And I had to change my whole lifestyle. I had to lose weight to get it to basically stop being in jeopardy all the time. And then finally, when I moved across the country and I got a different kind of lifestyle, well, now I don't have to carry heavy bags all the time. My car has its own garage. I don't have to, park and walk a long distance with things in my arms. I only need to drive short distances. I don't have to go long ways on the highway anymore, which puts a lot of strain on the back if you don't know that. Um, all these things. Lost weight, so I've put less strain on my back. Essentially, it's fixed. Like every once in a while, I'll have a day where I will strain my lower back, but it's not often. It's pretty much fixed. But my neck, as I get older, is giving me more and more problems. So there was one day over 10 years ago. This is when I still lived in Connecticut. I literally had nothing wrong with my neck whatsoever. And I was just stretching like in the doorway of my bathroom and just like moving my neck left and right. Boom. Something happened with the disc, pinched the disc, whatever. And I had massive shooting pain up through the arm into the thumb. And I lost complete feeling in my thumb for 2 months. It took 2 months for the disc to realign properly and the inflammation to go down and for me to finally just get to relax it. And then it went away. It took a long time. So now I'm just about 2 months into this one, or 2 months, excuse me, 2 weeks into this one. And I'll be honest, it's on and off. Like it gets better, then it gets worse again. So there's not much I can do again. If I go to the doctor, chances are I probably won't even get to see a real doctor for this for months. So I don't know. Let me put it this way. If it doesn't get better within a couple of months, I'm gonna see a doctor for it for sure. But I've been through it already. It's always fixed itself every time before now. So I'm not gonna go crazy. Okay. Wendy's is releasing a Girl Scout Thin Mint Frosty on the 21st. Oh, yeah? I wonder if they're gonna have anything else besides that. They still have their stupid mushroom bacon burger that sucked and the taco salad, which sucked. That's what they have on their site. I guess we'll have to see on the 21st, we'll have to see. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks for telling me, Dunsfelter. Remind me. Remind me next week to look into it again, and maybe we'll do that next. Then again, like we said, people seem to want Panda Express too. So I guess Panda Express or this Wendy's idea, either one could work. All right. Is anyone going to take advantage of the deals I'm offering tonight over on Kick? Because I just want to remind you, I'm gone in around 10 minutes. So this is the last chance if you either wanted to do 10 gifted subs and get a VIP badge or gift one to someone, or 25 gifted subs for an OG badge. It's the last chance if you're interested. All right. Just throwing that out there. After this, it's going away for a while again. Like last time I done it was February 1st. Yeah, see, milk tea and boba, the problem with doing this kind of stuff, like if I'm gonna do McDonald's, right? I'm gonna get the Shamrock Shake. That's like the feature, but I'm gonna get other stuff too to have with it. Like this, I might get this, whatever it is, this Alex Reese meal or whatever the hell it is. That way I have more than one thing to try. Okay. Um, so that's what I'm thinking. If you just get boba tea or you just get one of these Thai drinks or whatever, sadly, it's just a drink. It's not that interesting. You know, if you're doing the drink with other stuff, then it's like an episode. If you're just sucking on a drink for 5 seconds, oh, it tastes bad or good, you're done. That's the end of it, right? There's not much else to say. So it's not that entertaining. And the other thing is, most of these drinks getting delivered, sadly, they melt or they end up being watered down and gross by the time they would show up at the house. With McDonald's, there's a McDonald's on the same block as me, like right over here. So if I order it, it's gonna be here within like 10 minutes, so it'll be fine. But if I order from like a boba tea place, it's gonna come, it's all the ice melted and it's all watered down and sweating and shit. It's not gonna be that good. So that's why I don't really care about drinks too often. Did we do the Big Mac? What did we do when we did the McDonald's taste test months ago? I know that we did a few different things, correct? Um, Let me see what we tried. We did because again, it was the most viewed episode of DSP Tries that we have done since I rebooted the series in the fall. Over 3,000 views. Every other episode, is between anywhere from 1,000 up to 2,000. The McDonald's episode did 3,000 views just because it was McDonald's. Okay. So it was the chicken Big Mac, the daily double, the fish fillet, and the McNuggets. Okay. And I remember the chicken McDouble was not good. It just did not taste good at all. I was very disappointed with that chicken McDouble. I remember I was like, wow, it's just not good at all. I'm sad at, at what it was. Pretty disappointed. Um, so uh I gotta decide what I want to do. I definitely am doing the Shamrock Shake, but what do I want to get with it? Like I think the silly meal, what is it called? The something Reese meal? Angel Reese meal. It's a barbecue bacon quarter pounder with cheese. It's hilarious because they say it's new. It's not new. It's a freaking quarter pounder with cheese that has bacon and barbecue sauce on it. That's not new. It's just this. You could have gotten that before, but they're acting like it's new because they want to sell this Angel Reese meal. Just like they're like, yeah, with the high C. High C? Angel Reese drinks high C? What is she, 5? Adults don't drink high C. What the hell? So, I mean, I could get that meal if you want me to try it, or I could get something else. I'd be okay with the meal, I guess. I like the quarter pounder. For the record, I do think the quarter pounder is the best burger they have at McDonald's. It's fresh meat, right? As opposed to everything else is frozen. Ecto Cooler was the shit back in the day. Now they call it Orange Lava Burst, but it used to be called Ecto Cooler. It was really good. Saucy nuggets from Wendy's. My wife and I tried those ages ago. Like, I think when they first got them, and before I had brought back DSP Tries It, we tried them. Here's the problem. They're just so disgusting. It's all they do. And everyone does this now too. They all have these saucy nuggets. They just take their regular nuggets, they put them in a paper container like this, and then they say sauce, and they go, here you go, saucy nuggets. It's like, what? So now you want to eat it, and it's like, it's a fucking mess. It goes everywhere. Like, why would you want to eat that? It's like, I like to take my nuggets and dip them in the sauce so that it doesn't go everywhere and it tastes exactly the same. Why would I want them to just squirt sauce in the bag with my nuggets? It's the same fucking thing and it makes a giant mess. Like, why do people want that? Besides that, they're just idiots. I don't get it. Did I used to drink Kool-Aid? When I was a kid, let me think about this. What did I drink the most when I was a kid? Because I did drink High C as a kid because of Ecto Cooler and stuff like that. I liked it. Um, I think I don't think we got Kool-Aid that often. I think we did have some other brands. Like we would get different brands of the powdered mix and make the powdered mix. My mom would. I would have different. I'd Tang, orange Tang. I would drink, and I would drink some different High C's. I'm trying to think what else. Dunsfelter says we're waiting on the snack wrap. McDonald's has said it's coming back in 2025. Well, if they do that, they have to bring back that chicken tender that was good and that they used for the snack wrap. Like I loved the snack wrap. I thought the snack wrap was great. It was a chicken tender of that old style, not the new ones, the shitty ones they have now, but the old ones were good. And it had lettuce, shredded cheese, and ranch sauce. Right? It was good. I liked the snack wrap. I ate them all the time back in the day when I was early YouTube days. Like when I was like, okay, so I'm recording all day, right? I would go get the game, play the game for like 6 hours straight, get those videos uploading. I'm hungry. Just drive to a place and just get random shit off the menu. Give me one double cheeseburger, one McChicken sandwich, one snack wrap, and a 4-piece nuggets. And that's what I would come home, eat it, and then I would go back to work, start recording again, start uploading it because there was no stream. So I didn't have to worry about, oh no, I'm interrupting my stream to get food or whatever. I would just play till I was hungry. I love the snack wrap. I thought it was great. I disagree. There's actually way worse chicken burgers or sandwiches than the McChicken. The McChicken isn't great, but the McChicken has seasoning and tastes good if it's made correctly. The thing is, most McDonald's don't care about the McChicken, so they fuck it up, and then it ends up like a rock. But if your McDonald's makes it right and puts the right amount of mayo instead of dousing it in mayo and puts a good fresh lettuce instead of old ass fucking lettuce, it actually is good. I actually do like the McChicken sandwich if it's made right. Did I ever have the Mighty Wings? I did a DSP Tries It episode on the Mighty Wings back in the day. The week they were released, I ate the Mighty Wings. Yep. Hmm. Would I do the big smoke order from McDonald's? No, because it doesn't exist. Like, that stuff isn't real. Right? I'm sure that there's equivalents or whatever, but I'm not going to do that. I mean, that order would be like $100, right? I'm not going to order that much from McDonald's. Del Taco, I can't say much about Del Taco. The only time I ever had Del Taco was in the early 2000s. All right. I want to say it was the first ever Evo. So we're talking that long ago. That was like 2000, 2001, one of those years. I went out to California and I was staying with a friend of mine who was a Street Fighter player, but he had moved from Connecticut to California and he was living with like his grandparents in Orange County, California. So myself and my friend flew out there and we all were staying at this kid's house, but we didn't have a lot of money. So, like, I'm not even kidding you. Probably 50% of the meals we ate were Del Taco. And what we would do is go there and just get the cheap shit. So we would go to their discount menu, right? And get the dollar taco, the dollar wrap, the dollar this, the dollar that. So you'd spend like $5 to $6 a meal. So each day you'd be spending less than $20 a day on like food. And we did that like a ton. And I'm going to be honest, it wasn't bad, but it also wasn't good. And also I had to take a shit all the time. Like every time I ate it, I had to use the bathroom right after. But it wasn't that bad. It just wasn't good either, right? It was just kind of meh. You know, it's cheap food. It was meant to be cheap food back then. Um, but I haven't had Del Taco since. I think there are actually Del Tacos out here, but I haven't eaten at one since I've lived here. Let me take a look. I'm pretty sure there's Del Tacos out here. Oh my God. The closest Del Taco that I can order from is over 12 miles away. And it has, get this, an $8 delivery fee. It's not included on any delivery service or package. You have to pay $8 to get it delivered to your house. So here you go. The Del Taco that used to be like 79 cents or something is now $2.89. So it's more than tripled in price in 20 years, basically. Like everything here is expensive. They used to be known as the cheap place. They're literally very expensive. Yeah, I'm looking here. Hmm. They do have mega bundles that you can get. They have like a ton of things in them. I don't know if any of it's any good. Dude, a lemonade is fucking $4. A lemonade that cost them a quarter to make is $4. Their snack taco is $1.69. I think that used to be 50 cents, if I remember correctly. They do still have a discount menu, but it's not great. Like their discount menu is pretty shitty. So, yeah, that's why again, a lot of the things you guys bring up, you're like, I don't understand why you've never done this on DSP Tries It. It's because it's just not out here. It's too far away. Can you imagine what the food would be like driving 13 miles to get it here? Ice cold, probably all destroyed in the bag, melted and shit, right? All right, guys. Well, this is gonna be it. I hope you guys liked chilling with me for 45 minutes, but I gotta get out of here. It's 9:30 now. Okay. So I hope you guys have a good night. I want to say thanks for chilling, all everyone who hung out with me here, just kind of having a good time, killing some time. I enjoyed it. We already had hit our goal. We beat the game, so I was happy to hang out with all of you. Thanks to everyone who chilled, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks.